Well, I must have done something right to get this kind of energy and enthusiasm, so thank you. Guys, I'm extremely, extremely touched that you're all still here. As Dottie and I were driving down Robeson Street, I think we took maybe Highland, Dottie turned and said, you know, you waited too long to get down there. I don't think anybody's going to be there. And when we came into, when we passed St. Mary's Church parking lot and we didn't see any cars, she said, see what I mean? There's not going to be anybody there. And of course, when I then came towards Terra Nostra and saw all the cars and then came towards the restaurant and saw all of you, I just want you to know that what I will remember maybe as much as anything that has taken place in my political career, which is now 9 years old, is what you guys did tonight. To wait around
We're here today,
long after.
Tomorrow.
Thank you, Jim. So that's very moving and very gratifying. I do have some heartfelt thanks to convey. And first of all, and let's remember this, okay? On September 22nd, when the smoke cleared, we were, by my calculation, about 1,500 votes behind, maybe even more. Because on that day, 4,100 people voted for me, but about 6,000 people didn't vote for me. So, and if you remember, the fee had arrived, the new bill had arrived 2 weeks before, or even less than that, before primary day. So we had a heck of a lot of ground to make up. But because of all the volunteers, like all of you in this room, we came very close to making up all that ground. So my first thank you goes to all of you. Thank you. Now I could start to single out individuals, but I don't want to do that, because when Dottie said to me, well, you've got to thank this one, you've got to thank that one, I said, the problem with thanking any one person is that there are going to be a lot of people who really worked hard, poured their heart into this, and we won't mention them. So I'm just going to say that each person in this room, I'm trying to take a snapshot in my mind, and over the next 2 months, while I'm still your mayor, I'm going to call each one of you individually and personally thank you, because I'm just so grateful for what you did to try to get me elected for a full 2-year term. So thanks to every individual who helped out with my campaign. But I have to single out 2 groups, not individuals, but 2 groups. And the first is going to be my former colleagues at the Bristol County District Attorney's Office. Because as those of you who know me, or even those of you who know me well, understand, I tend to move from event or objective to objective to objective. And finally, as we were getting close to November 3rd, I realized, and I was being told this by those who were involved in managing my campaign, that we needed more volunteers on Election Day. So where did I turn to but to my colleagues from the Bristol County District Attorney's Office? And I'm telling you, and of course saying, after work, please come help me after work, but to a person, every single person I called, except for a couple who were on trial. And even one of them who was on trial said, I'll try to get there after we impanel. Every single one of them said, yes, 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 yes. It was an unbelievable moment for me, and I think it goes to show that if you treat people the right way, they're there for you. And so to the people of the Bristol County District Attorney's Office, many of whom are here tonight, thank you all very much. And then I'll save my last thanks for the people of Fall River. And I'll tell you why. Because this is my fourth race. In my first race, the people of Fall River voted for me over the person that I was challenging, the incumbent, by 2,000 votes, and I was a complete unknown. So that was the first major thank you to the people of Fall River. Then in the next race, I ran against a sitting congressman, and the people of Fall River in the south end of Fall River voted for me 84% to 16%. That was out of over 7,000 votes cast. So once again, the people of Fall River were there for me. And in the third race I ran, the people of Fall River elected me by a 2,000 vote margin in the recall election. So once again, they were there for me. In this election, I lost by only 600 votes after a very controversial decision, which I still believe was in the best interests of the city. And I'm telling you right now, we'll see what the new mayor does with that fee, but I have my own prediction about what's going to happen with that fee. Okay? So we'll see what happens with that fee. But suffice it to say that I am still grateful to the people of Fall River and to the 7,600, I think it was, who voted for me today. Thank you all very much. Now, a few final thoughts, because I know that there's some of you in the room, certainly some people within my own family, who are going to say, well, you should have stayed district. You should have stayed district attorney. But the fact of the matter is, folks, to everybody in this room, to everybody who's watching, I have no regrets about the decision that I made, and you will never hear me say that. And I don't think that my wife would tell you that I've ever said that. And I have no regrets for several reasons, which I'm going to say once again because I've said them before. But I have no regrets, number one, because Fall River needed new leadership last year. Fall River was in turmoil. Fall River needed new leadership. Fall River turned to me to provide new leadership and competent leadership. I'm 100% certain I provided. So I have no regrets about the decision, because Fall River needed new leadership and I was ready for a new challenge. And I believe I met that challenge, and I was once again very gratified by the Herald News endorsement on Sunday. As my wife said to me, whatever happens, this was after, I got the Herald News, people know the story, at 3:30 in the morning from the two guys who were working in the Bay with thousands of newspapers stacked up, and I brought it home, and my wife and I, after I'd taken a quick look at it before, we read it together, and she said, whatever happens to you now, on Tuesday, you can hold your head high. And I think I can, because what the Herald News said was, thank you. Thank you very much. So what they said was that three main promises I made when I was campaigning last year: to open up the city's finances to anyone who wanted to check them out, to meet minimum net school spending, and to maintain public safety right where it was. And we actually added 10 with the SAFER grant. I kept every single one of those central promises, so I'm very proud about that. They also said that it was, and this is their quote, that it was a decision of tremendous political courage in an election year to put in a new fee. But I believed it was the right decision for the city. I still believe it was the right decision for the city. It cost me this election, but I believe it was the right decision for the city, and so I'm proud of their saying that that showed tremendous political courage. And finally, as much as it means to me to have the newspaper of record for the city of Fall River and for the region around Fall River, to have them talk about my honestly delivering on my promises, and my political courage, I think I liked best what they said at the end. And that was that with the economic development projects which I helped make happen, Amazon and the Harbor Mall development, and other initiatives that we have started and pushed forward, that we've laid the foundation for a better future for Fall River in the future. So I'm extremely proud of that. So we're going to have a successful transition over the next couple of months. I'm proud of the foundation that we've laid. Let's look to the future. And once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all very much for everything you did to try to get me reelected. Thank you.